Nico Rosberg takes his third pole of the season ahead of fellow German Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton claimed third place from Kimi Raikkonen, who looked to be the third for Ferrari on the grid. Felipe Massa had a very good fifth place, meaning that he would start ahead of both Red Bull drivers. Julian Palmer, Sergio Perez and Daniel Kvyat completed the top 10. Valtteri Bottas is one of the surprises of qualifying, only getting P15. Can either Rosberg or Vettel convert their front row start to first place, or can Kimi Raikkonen regain the championship lead?
We are back here, guys, in the driver's seat for this 2016 career mode. Sitting in P4 on the Hungarian Grand Prix, it's been such a long time since we have seen these lights. We have now got 5 and we are underway right about now. We've got Sebastian Vettel just ahead of us, the 2 Mercedes following suit, and we have just absolutely bolted away from Lewis Hamilton as Sebastian Vettel's bolted from Nico Rosberg. So it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2 possibly coming out of the first corner, giving Vettel a little bit of a nudge, and we're actually going to come through from 4th on the grid to take the lead of the race, which is absolutely amazing. We're going to put it back down into standard. So at the moment, as it stands, it is a Ferrari 1-2 with, I believe that's Max Verstappen. If my preview screen, I can actually see that properly. But that is a dream start for us Ferrari. We're on lap 3 now. We've got Magnussen and Palmer battling it out just a little bit. You can see Kevin Magnussen taking a little bit on the entry curb. He's going to switch to the inside. They're going to bang tyres as they come in to the section that leads to the very fast chicane. But that's all for the action on that lap. You can see we're now on lap 4 and we've got our teammate. We're going to let him go because he looks to have the better pace of us at the moment. We do not want to hold him up as we've got a very, very feisty Max Verstappen. Just a few car lengths behind us, so we're going to want to cover off anything that happens there. We now have Marcus Ericsson, Felipe Nasr coming into the corner, and he's going to come in so hot, and they're going to tangle up. We actually skip away from the action and see what's going on with these two, but I can tell you those Nasr, Kvyat and Massa actually end up retiring from that incident. As you can see, the Force Indians are now battling as well, so that I believe is Hulkenberg going through on Sergio Perez. So Hulkenberg getting past his Mexican teammate, which I'm sure he will be thrilled with. We now have Fernando Alonso chasing down on Carlos Sainz. He's lining up the move for the next corner as he gets a little bit wide on the exit curve there. You can see he's coming in to the quick left-hander, but he's still taking so much curb. But he's actually going to try and have a look down the inside. Carlos Sainz is going to go wide, and Fernando Alonso is going to come through before the chicane section. So it has been a while since I've done this, so I'm a little bit rusty. So yeah, it's been such a long time from doing this. I've been doing all sorts of stuff for like other YouTubers. I've done a little bit for Ryan L83, and also boxing up my GP2 and GP3 stuff for 2 other YouTubers to use. So that's kept me pretty busy, as well as Pokemon Go's come out. But that is irrelevant. We are still effectively in P2 of this race. We're on P9 on lap 8. So it's a really quiet race from us. We're just following Sebastian Vettel, doing what we do. All the action is pretty much going on around us. But we've only got we've lost the 3 cars that I said about earlier. So apart from that, it's been bog stand. We're coming on lap 9. We're just going to come through the rest of the field. We actually take our teammate who's in the pit. So we jump our teammate Sebastian Vettel with the undercut. So we've now effectively taken the race lead once Sebastian has pitted. But on lap 9, we now have Jenson Button on Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is, I guess he's somewhat falling down the order. He's absolutely got no traction on them tyres. Jenson Button just gets the move done before even the DRS section actually arrives. So I think Sainz will probably have a go at him coming into the braking zone, but more or less I'm pretty sure Jenson has got the corner done. And 2 laps later, or 1 lap later, you can see Palmer getting in the way of Fernando Alonso. Alonso's going to take the wide line into turn 1 and just get the better traction out of the corner. So that's job done for him, and we have our first official retirement that we can actually see. That is Rio Haryanto, which could well be one of his last races in the manor, because it's up for debate whether he'll actually be able to race. We've now got more drama down the bottom of the field. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are now duking it out. This, I believe is for 3rd or 4th place. We're not sure. We'll find out at the end of the race. But Hamilton looks to have it done, and Verstappen had a little bit of a twitch to try and defend, but it didn't work out for him there, unfortunately, for young Max Verstappen. But now have Jenson Button coming through here on the Renault. You can see how close they were to contact. So close. But we're going to continue to forward on. We now got Marcus Ericsson, and I think he's got a slight puncture, and he's actually going to collect Esteban Gutierrez. That's going to put them 2 out of the running. So I believe if my maths is correct, that's 6 cars out of the running or thereabouts. But nonetheless, we are here circling the last corner. You can see our teammates not too far away. Rosberg managed to make it P3, so they must have been fighting for P4. We're going to come across the line, and we're going to take a win here in Hungary, a very dominant and a very commanding win here in this Ferrari. Looking forward to the break after Germany to see what we can do and what we can achieve from there.
Kimi Raikkonen stormed home to take his 3rd win of the season ahead of his teammate Sebastian Vettel. Max Verstappen drove a great race to finish ahead of Lewis Hamilton, reducing the points lost to race winner Kimi Raikkonen. Both McLarens made it into the top 10 to increase their Constructors' Challenge. Another difficult day for Williams. Felipe Massa, who got taken out by Felipe Nasser, and Valtteri Bottas only finished P13. Kimi Raikkonen regains the championship lead ahead of Max Verstappen, next time out at the German Grand Prix.
Having a quick browse at the standings at the moment. I cannot remember the words. I'm so rusty, it's dreadful. We have retaken the lead of the drivers' table only by a handful of points, not even got a 10-point advantage at this point. Nico Rosberg and Sebastian Vettel on the exact same amount of points. So at the moment it looks to be Hamilton seems to be out of the equation at the moment, but it looks as if Raikkonen, Verstappen, Rosberg and Vettel are all within the hunt of the Drivers' Championship. Sergio Perez still behind Hülkenberg, not by much, albeit at 4 points. Daniel Ricciardo is still climbing up the leaderboard, so that's obviously good for him. Valtteri Bottas hasn't scored any points in the last few races. He's going to be absolutely gutted. But on the constructor side of things, it's looking very good for Ferrari at the moment. They haven't quite got a 30-point gap at the moment. It's only 28. But Red Bull Racing, I think they'll probably settle for 3rd. They're quite a way ahead of Williams. The real battle, I suppose, were obviously between Ferrari and Mercedes, and obviously Williams and Force India. Renault kind of streaking away from Haas at the moment, as you'd expect. Saub obviously not doing too well. Haven't got some points, which is, I guess, something to be happy with. But of course, McLaren getting a lot better than they were last season. Maybe maybe they can catch Haas and Toro Rosso. I think they're going to stay 6th, 7th, 8th. I think is probably going to be their optimum range. So that was a pretty solid race, guys. To be fair, not a lot went on. Pretty lights to flag finish, more or less. Obviously, we gave our teammate the lead, but apart from that, nothing really happened. As again, sorry for the lack of delays of videos, but I want to try and get back onto a normal schedule. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next video, which will be GP3 Germany, I believe. So until then, guys, bye-bye.